Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Baja Hills. Or, if you don't know how to pronounce Baja, you might call it Baja Hills, but I've honestly never heard somebody say Baja instead of Baja before in my whole life, but somebody out there might be watching this video right now and be like, no way, that's how you say Baja? I doubt it, but there's always the possibility. So what I was doing is I was spawning up two cars. One of them is going to be controlled by the AI in Flee, the other one will be controlled by me. And I figured this would be a really good way to show off this map because it is a single road that loops around onto itself. So that means there's no alternative path for the AI to take and possibly find a dead end or anything like that. It's just like a racetrack, and the AI seems to do pretty good at racetrack, so they should do pretty good here, I would thought. And this map does have the whole setup it needs on the roads for the AI to navigate it properly, so I also wanted to show that off. And I figured what better way to show it off than to chase them. Now, I could go and take them out at pretty much any corner if I wanted to, because I think my car is a little bit faster than theirs. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to say we got a command from HQ or center, headquarters, whatever they call it, where it says we cannot take them out yet. We can stalk them, but we can't touch them. And then after a lap, we can take them out. And headquarters just says wait for further notice. And the further notice will just so happen to come after we complete a lap. Although it's going to be a little difficult to know exactly when I complete a lap because there's no real good landmark to say this is where I started. So I'll probably be a lap in a little bit before I realize, oh hey, I've done a lap. And then after I do that, I can also try off-roading on some of these roads. Oh no. That's amazing. He cleared the guardrail. And I was like, oh, he made it. And then he hits the sign. Like, I was so amazed at his amazing abilities to not crash into that guardrail. And then hits the sign anyways. I could hit the guardrail though, right there. I was making sure, like, you can crash into that, right? Because he was so close, it looked like he hit it, but he didn't. So we'll move his car to there, give him a new car, and put it to Flee again because it resets it when I respawn the car. So I guess it turns out I didn't really need to even take them out because they'll take themselves out. Now, one thing about the Flee mode of the AI though is if I fall back more, they will drive slower. So maybe for their own good, I'll kind of follow them at a distance. Like I'm a more FBI kind of thing where it's like they don't know I'm following them, even though it's kind of obvious because we're the only two cars on the road. But it's like, what other road am I going to take? There's only one road. I might be following you or I might not be. Nobody knows. Also, if I tried to overtake them, they would do a 180, so it's not really a good idea for them to follow me. But you notice they are a lot safer around the corners when they are there's a big distance between us. Although I'm going to be crashing really soon, though, because there's this cool area I wanted to show off right here. There is a guardrail where it's like somebody blew through it already. And I'm like, I'm going to crash into that, too. It's kind of an awkward place for somebody to crash through a guardrail. Like, I had to really force myself to do that. But it's cool that it's like that, and it works perfectly fine to crash into. It works just as you would expect. And, oh, dude, now that I added those skid marks there, it's even more realistic because you got the skid marks. That's going to be the thumbnail right there. That is like super realistic looking right there. That's awesome. And I'm going to just go ahead and put the car here. Reset him up. And how far is the AI? You know what? Let's just bring them back because they're quite a bit ahead. We'll just say, hello AI, you'll go here now. And they're going to probably crash into something when I do this. Yup. There goes their wheel. Can reset them there. It looks like they're already on Flee, so they should be able to spin themselves around all on their own. Good. Looking good. All right. Keep on chasing. But still, we can't touch them because we haven't completed a lap around this really long course. I know I mentioned it was really long before. Just wanted to emphasize it. It's like the Nürburgring. You know, that's probably actually kind of similar to how it feels to me. It's like a really long course that's pretty technical, that is a road, but it feels like a racetrack. It's also a really nice looking map. Like, just looking around here, it looks nice. And oh my goodness, I think they got better brakes than me. Because I see their brake lights come on, I slam on my brakes, and I still almost hit them. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that car braked a lot better. It's a racing version versus a cop version. It's a lot lighter. So yeah, probably brakes better than me. I mean, I got cop brakes, but they got racing brakes. Can't compare the two. I wonder if the ABS is holding me back on this car. It feels like the ABS is a little too I don't want to skid at all kind of settings. Like if I turn the ABS off, I bet I could slow down a little bit faster. I don't know if it'd be a significant amount, but it feels like I could do it a little bit better than the ABS does. Which is also the way I feel in my most racing games. Oh, I didn't touch him. It's interesting. Going uphill, my car seems to be a lot better than theirs. Going downhill, theirs seems to be a lot better. Or maybe they're just crazy enough to actually go at high speeds downhill. I don't know which it is. I'm gaining on him. Oh, I bumped him. Uh-oh. HQ is going to be pissed at me. Dispatch. Maybe they call it dispatch. I don't know. I'm not up on my cop lingo. I'm going to hit him again. There's also road signs to tell you exactly what's coming, which is nice. But there are blind corners. Like, if I didn't slow down because they did, I probably would have just flown into that thing right there. Those road signs, you got to pay attention for them. Or just follow the AI and let them do all that kind of hard work. So like right here, you can kind of tell there's a corner there, but you don't know how steep it is. So you could just rely on the AI. Or if you did like me, I slowed down way more than I needed to. Right here, do I need to slow down? The AI braked. Oh no, what are you doing? See right there, that is definitely a corner you would not know was there. And well, there goes the AI. One interesting thing about this map is the way the skybox works. You can actually fall off the map into that area and drive under some circumstances, which is kind of interesting. Because that's not like a flat area out there. That's actually 3D. If you get close to it, you'll see that. Just give me a second to fly, and you'll be able to see that. There we go. You can kind of tell. So you can drive on this. It's a lot lower resolution than the other areas, but it's interesting that you could. Anyhow, let's go ahead and bring this car back up to the road and let them keep driving. I'm still in my first car, aren't I? I'm doing pretty good. AI, he needs to practice more. Oh, well, I take that back. I'm not exactly on my first car because I crashed one intentionally. Does that really count? I mean, it was on purpose. Anyhow, continuing on to follow the AI. I think we're probably about, I would say, halfway through a lap of this place, but I honestly don't know how long it is because I've only done like bits and pieces of laps. Like I've done a half a lap and then I said, oh, I'm gonna look at the off-roading areas some, which I'll do later on, like I said. I think I said that. Maybe I didn't. But anyways, I will be doing that later on. I just wanted to do the regular roads first. In full. I don't know if the AI is going to do this corner good. That's a kind of whips you around corner. Oh! The AI is pretty good at navigating this place, actually. They've had a couple of mistakes, but they're doing a lot better than me on my first try. That's for sure. Oh, you're going a little fast there. No, I guess you weren't. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't touch him. What was that? He just lost control. Huh. Oh, dude, now he's going into the dirt. Goodbye! What the heck is he doing? He's not even trying to get back to the road. He's just giving up. Like, you know what? Forget it. I can't escape this cop on the road. I'm going to go in the dirt. You got the race edition, not the rally edition, son. You shouldn't be doing that. We'll just bring him back to the road, I guess. I don't know what that was about. All right, you good to drive? It looks like you're okay. Good. I don't know really what stopped him, though. I don't like if he hit something, a bump in the road, lost control, or if it just didn't detect the road with the AI. I don't know. Either way, what I want to do now is hit this thing right here. It's another piece of guardrail that's all busted up. That's actually right in the guardrail, just as before. That's another possible thumbnail thing right there. And again, the skid marks just add so much. Like, it got the skid marks, the broken rail. It looks so realistic, even though it's already broken. And I don't know what the AI is doing right now. They are once again kind of messing up. I don't know. Like, why are they doing a 180 over there? Is it because they're like, oh no, WhyBeAre spun out. I should wait for him. It's weird. Well, let's go catch up to them. Did they actually do a 180? Is that their front or back? That's their back. Okay. Apparently, they just wanted to wait for me. They're so polite. Uh-oh. No, something else is wrong with them. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, dude. You're supposed to stay on the road. Can you do that? On the road. I should spin him around so he's pointing the right direction at least. Oh, I can't put the parking brake off. Okay. Well, fine. I'll let them do it. I was worried he wouldn't be able to do it on his own. Yeah. Stop. Maybe I'll put them to disabled, then I'll drive them in the correct direction, excuse me, and see if that works. So I'll maybe move them forward a little bit extra, just in case there's some issue about this section of the road that's confusing them. Park them right there, bring my car behind them, then I'll put it to flee, and hopefully that'll work. So stopping right here. So let's see here. We hit flee, and which way are they gonna go? Come on, no! They can't back up. Alright, what about if I did random instead of flee? Disabled? Alright, we'll drive them forward a little bit more. Try it one more time. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna drive on my own. No, you don't flee into somebody. That's not how fleeing works. Alright, well, I'll just drive the rest of this without him then. He can do whatever he wants. I'll just put him into flee mode. I'll just leave him in the flee mode, and I'll finish the rest of this on my own. I don't need him. He doesn't want to drive anymore. I really wish I knew why. It just seems like something messed him up, and he's just afraid to drive now. I don't know. What's he doing right now? He's in the grass, about to crash. Let's watch him crash. Oh, he's actually not moving even. Never mind. Back to my car. See, now though I don't have the easy crutch of just braking when they do. I have to actually try to estimate when to brake. That's not nice to me. Your whole job was to make it easier on me, AI. Why you do this? You know, nobody says I have to slow down though. I can just go full throttle and fly off the road. It's always good to get a couple more crashes in. Let's do that. Oh my goodness, I actually maintained it on the road still somehow. That was impressive. This is amazing the way I'm actually like spinning and flying off the road, but I'm able to recover. That was cool. Can I do something interesting on this one? Uh-oh. No! Who made the guardrail so short? It needs to be much higher to stop me. Police got wrecked. Alright, we'll bring over the Corvette one more time. Just because. And this is your last chance. You got it? Last chance. I'm going to disable it, re-enable it, all that stuff. Make sure he has a fresh slate. Make him the right direction. And put it to flee. There we go. Good job. All right. So proud of you, Corvette. Makes it a lot easier on me now. That's for sure. Feel like we're getting close to a lap, and it's been like, what, 10 minutes? At least. It is a very long road. I don't know, it feels like this is about where I started, but I'm not positive yet. Yes, this is. Alright, so I'm almost certain we've done a lap, so now let's go ahead and take this guy out in a police-like manner. So you go like that. And then we would box him in if there's multiple of us. There's only one though, so I can't exactly box in unless I find a hill for them to get stuck on or something. Or they'll just drive into they'll just crash themselves, and all I have to do is make sure I don't crash me to get to them. So I'd be like, police, on the ground now, you're under arrest for whatever you did. Dispatch gave me the okay to get you. And I just flip them over so they keep driving. No! See, that's when a police officer is too aggressive. He flip over the car he's chasing. He need to calm down a little bit. That's overkill right there. And all I can say to that is, shut up, I'm the police. Alright, so now I want to go ahead and do some off-roading. And we'll start off with a stock vehicle, and then we'll maybe pull out a modded one later on. I haven't quite decided yet. I think I want to start off with the Roamer V8 4-wheel drive XT, which is not an actual off-road vehicle. It's just a 4x4. It doesn't have all the really fancy extra off-roading bits. It's a normal vehicle. And I think it'll be okay for most of this because there's nothing too extreme as long as you're careful about the path you take. Now I'm pretty sure get this stuck real easily, but if I pay attention to which way I go, I think it'll do a pretty good job. Yeah, we don't need a fancy off-roader unless I wanted to like really crawl over some of the steeper areas, which you don't need to do. It's only if you want to, although I did end up kind of damaging my bumper just a bit. Interestingly enough, looks like there's like an oasis over here that we could try to drive around. We could try to ford right through it, which is really dumb, but we're gonna do it anyways. Oh, the water doesn't slow you down, really. It's fake water. It really is an oasis. I mean, it's not an oasis, excuse me. It's a mirage. Because this water's fake. It's not slowing me down at all. But even through the water, this vehicle's fine. Like, there's nothing too difficult under the water. Although I did get stuck on something here. I'm not even exactly sure what it is I'm stuck on. Huh. Maybe it's just the steepness of this was more than I expected. Oh, there's a rock literally right under my car and I didn't see it when I was driving. Well, that's one of the places where the true off-roader would have probably come in handy because it has a little more ground clearance. So let's go ahead and try out a true off-roader, which is this one. It should have a little bit extra ground clearance here so I can go over the rocks if I wanted to. Like, for example, right here are some rocks. I wouldn't have tried that with the normal one. No way, no how. And I can also drive faster, and the suspension is a little more of a safety net than the other one, where it'll kind of keep the car alive. Or the other one, it might bottom out so hard it kills itself. I don't know. But it is a nice looking map, even on the areas where there's no roads and stuff. It's a good looking map. And it's pretty good for like just driving around with an off-roader like this. It's a huge map, so you could do this a long time and never see the same spot twice, really. I mean, I'll give you an idea of just how big it is, after I'm done off-roading, but it's really big. It took about 10 minutes just to navigate around that road, and then you zoom out and you see just how huge it is. It's a nice-sized map. It also looks good. So I like this map. It's a good, like, I probably will use this again if I do things where I have like an off-road vehicle that's not like a crawler. It's just like kind of like this thing. This would probably be a really, really good place to test it out at. Now there isn't anything that's really set up for driving on the off-roads though. It's all just roads that happen to be there that you can drive on, it seems like. Are we done? Oh, we're still alive! Amazing! Although I don't have enough power to get up that, at least in reverse. We may have to find a different route. Perfect. Alright. Now back to off-roading. I'm really impressed with this car though. It should be dead by the way it looks, but it keeps going. Can't see nothing from the inside at all. Blinded. I do notice it can't put the power down as good as it used to though, with all the damage to the suspension. Alright, now let's get a super crazy off-roader that can just drive right over everything probably, like the truck 8x8 utility truck, the truck. And I'll get the off-road edition, of course, because we want to be able to really off-road. We'll put it into manual with auto clutch, and then we're going to lock the differential. And with this setup, I should be able to conquer pretty much everything on this map. Actually, if I remember correctly, the automatic transmission is decent enough for off-roading where I don't need to use manual. We'll see if what I remember is true or not. Yeah, it looks like it's fine. Although I have a little bit of a struggle climbing this thing. I think I just had no momentum. So, come on. Please make it up. Oh my goodness, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You better make it. I swear, if you get stopped here, I will be so disappointed in you. This thing is amazing to watch, though. It's just... It might take a while, but it's gonna conquer this thing. And I probably would have been beneficial there to be using manual. I will say that right now. That was probably being slowed down a lot by the automatic transmission. But still, impressive that it can do it with the automatic. Uh-oh. Don't get stuck. Keep going. We're going to get to the top of this thing. And I probably could have done this with just the normal off-road truck if it wasn't damaged, but I wanted to use this thing. I like this thing. You know, it's just this massive, crazy vehicle. It's fun to drive. Oh, man, when it went over that hill, it just, like, dropped the driver, like, 5 feet. All right, downhill speed. We're going to wreck something now. Oh, no way. It's held up. Oh, wait. No. Oh, yeah, it held up, actually. I wasn't sure if it was gonna, but it did. Oh, no, it didn't. I don't know if it can put the power down quite right anymore. I'm hitting the gas pedal, but we decelerating, and it's not even that steep. Don't worry, downhill is here to save the day. $60 miles per hour. Let's leave a dent in this thing. Oh, I missed it. Oh, no. Oh, well. It wasn't exactly where I wanted to hit, but it was pretty good considering the vehicle was compromised to such an extent. So now I'm going to go ahead and just zoom out a ton so you can see just how big this place really is. So for reference, that's how big my giant 8x8 is. And this is what it looks like from up here. So it actually goes from that corner to that corner to that corner to that corner. It's basically a square that floats in the air above another square that are those background mountains, which I said you could drive on, but they're just so ugly in compared to how pretty these ones are down here. So I don't know if I would use them. But it is a really big place, and there's a lot of off-roading you can do. And it looks like there might be kind of like paths that you could drive on like that. But I don't think it really is. I think it's just kind of like just some design to give the ground variety, because I never really felt like there were paths. It's just like slightly different looking things. Like here's a brighter area. Is it really a path? No, because it doesn't go anywhere. It's just kind of an area with a different color to it. So, you know, like right here, is it a path? Not really. I mean, there's more rocks in the path than outside of the path. So I wouldn't be driving on that. I mean, I guess you could try driving on them if you wanted a challenge. For example, let's say we wanted to go to the Oasis over there. Or is it a Mirage? I don't know which it is. I'm going to call it a Mirage. Anyways, if you wanted to do that, trying to follow a path, let's see if it would work. How's the other car doing anyways? He flipped over at some point. Oh man, I had momentum. I just started rolling. Where the brakes at? Alright. Yeah, it seems like the path has more stuff in the way than just off-roading though. So it's more of a challenge for yourself if you wanted to stay on the brighter areas. But it looks like it is totally doable, at least in a monster like this. But I'm having no issues, which means it probably could be done with a competent driver in a normal off-road vehicle. And here we are to the Oasis / Mirage, and I have a flat tire or two actually. I just realized from hitting the rocks. But I still got 6 more left. Anyways, I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what this map is about, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Until next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya!